Hi, welcome back. You're watching Chartbusters on CNBC TV 18. Well, Greenlam Industries is on our radar today. They have announced a 950 crore rupee capex plan. Not just that, they have also approved a stock split in the ratio 5:1. To discuss this and the outlook going forward, we are joined by the MD and CEO, Saurabh Mittal, to give us the way forward. Mr. Mittal, good morning. Thanks a lot for joining us. Well, this is a 950 crore capex over next 2 to 3 years, and it is in a CBM particle board plant, laminate capacity, plywood capacity as well. Give us a sense of how you will fund this and what is the additional revenue capacity and the commissioning that you're expecting from this capex?
Right. So, as you're aware, it's a 950 crore capital expenditure across 3 product lines. One is our core category of laminates. So we're expanding capacity by about 3.5 million meters square, actually sheets per year. Second is a new plywood plant with an investment of about 125 crores, where we're building 18.9 million meters square capacity per year. And the third is a particle board plant, which is about 231,000 cubic meter per year, with an investment of about 600 crores. The funding of these investments will be largely internal accruals and debt. In our current business are very well capitalized, so our existing businesses don't need any cash in terms of working capital or fixed capital. And our current businesses are cash flow positive. We'll be using cash flows of our current business and also taking on some debt to fund the project.
Split it up for us, the 900 crores. How much will be internal? How much will be debt? And also, what is the asset turn? 900 crores you're putting in. What kind of revenues can you generate in the next couple of years? Go ahead.
So I'll take the asset turn question first. So you'll have to go category-wise. In the laminates category, because it's a green field, the asset turn in the initial for these 3 lines will be approximately, for 225 crores of capex, we probably will get about 500 crores of revenues. But we'll have multiple opportunities of doing brownfield expansion in the same plant like we've done in the past. So the brownfield expansions in the same plant will come at a lower cost with high asset turn. So once the entire project is complete over the next couple of years, one would assume that the capex to asset turn will be 1:3. In the plywood business with 125 crores of capex, we're expecting about 400 crores of revenues. So that's about 3.25. In the particle board and prelam business, it'll be 1:1. So 950 crore capex, if you talk specifically of this capex, will be able to generate about 1,500 crores of revenue. Our existing businesses can go up to about 1,800, 2,000. So cumulatively, we can go up to a 3,500, 3,600 crore revenue with these investments and existing business.
And when do you expect it in your books at the peak capacity utilization? What kind of revenues will you do, and what will be the starting capacity utilization?
So the peak capacity utilization, like I said, will be about 1,500 crores for these new investments. And with the existing businesses will be like a 3,600 crore kind of revenue. So I think we'll probably be, including FY22, another 4 to 5 years by the time we can reach that capacity utilization.
Okay. All right. Give us a sense in terms of what you're going to end this year with. You're doing around 790 crores at the half-year mark. I remember earlier you were talking about doing around 400 crores on a quarterly basis. And as you mentioned, with the current capacity, you can do around 1,800 to around 2,000 crores. So what do you end this year with in terms of revenues? And also give us a sense in terms of margins. What's the outlook from year on, keeping in mind you've taken price increases, input costs have gone up as well?
So I think year end will be more like a 1,700 crore plus minus a little bit in terms of revenues for financial year 22. And in terms of margins going ahead, very difficult to give you a clear number, but with all these new businesses in place, with multiple synergies, which we expect to bring in the business in terms of sales, procurement, dividing of overheads, we clearly believe that with these new investments, we'll build a larger business, a more profitable business with better return ratios. So I think moving ahead, I think we'll get multiple advantages, across
Give us a number.
Various parameters.
Give us a number. You're down 10.5% to 11% in the first half of this year. You hold that in the second half of the year, or you do better?
Well, the first half of the year was very challenging for our business as 50% of our revenues comes in from exports. 80% raw material in the current business is all imported. RM costs across every raw material cost was at the peak. So clearly, I think we are seeing a little bit of a softening of RM costs. We're not seeing further cost increases. So I think going ahead, margins should improve. If you see our last few years of track record, we've been more like a 13, 14% kind of a EBITDA margin. So I think it should improve, as we move ahead.
Mr. Mittal, 13-14% in FY22 is doable.
Well, I would not say FY22 because the first half was weak on the margin front because of significant RM cost increase and time lag of passing on the cost to the markets.
Yeah.
So I think that was slight challenge in the first half. But I think as we move ahead to the next year onwards, so clearly that's doable.
All right, Mr. Mittal, we wish you well. You're going to be increasing revenues big time in the next couple of years. The market likes this capex that you've put on as well. And the second half of the year, you're guiding for it to be far better than what we have seen in the first half of this year. Stock is up 3.5%. This week itself, it's up, I think, closer to around 14 to around 15% or thereabouts. Well, we'll slip into a short break, but as we do that, here's something that you, our viewers, must take note of. CNBC TV 18 and the National Stock Exchange have come together to promote investor awareness through a very special campaign, Informed Investor, and that empowers you to make the right decisions with your money. For smart investors, here are a few guidelines to follow when dealing with your trading accounts. Register for trade alerts through email or mobile numbers. Also ensure that you thoroughly review these transaction alerts on a periodical basis. If you notice any kind of discrepancy, any kind of error, well, you need to bring it to the notice of your broker. Keep all documents, transaction statements, as well as communication records ready for reference if needed for resolution of that complaint.